This is currently my 4-year-old's favorite bedtime story. It is unusual for my 4-year-old to ask for a book at night. They usually ask me to make up a story, but I think this is the book that we all need right now. So I'm going to read it to you, and maybe by the end, maybe you'll understand why my 4-year-old's tapping into the collective and asking for this every night. This is The Rhino Who Swallowed a Storm by LeVar Burton. Yes, from Reading Rainbow. Long, long ago, before there were words, animals roamed in bountiful herds. Little Rhinoceros lived happy and free, exploring mountains and meadows, rivers and trees. His world was delightful and chock full of magic, until out of the blue, the magic turned tragic. A storm swept through the valley, turning bright sky to black. A flash flood came raging, no time to react. Lost in the thundering, no time for wondering, chaos and lightning, fury so frightening, earth quaking, him shaking, water rumbling, him tumbling, raggedy, jaggedy, senseless calamity. The storm crashed through his world and tore it apart and took everything dear to his heart. Rhino was stunned by the terrible scene, death and destruction all through the ravine. Enraged by the pain of such great loss, Rhino acted without a thought to the cost. Rhino looked at his world, all tattered and torn. He stood out on the ledge, and he swallowed the storm. Inside his belly he felt the storm growing. Inside his head he heard howling and blowing. Like a tornado he spun as the storm raged inside, growing bigger and bigger and wider than wide. When he finally stopped, when he regained control, he was at the very bottom of a very deep hole. What do I do? Rhino worried as rain dripped down his face. I'm lost and I'm lonely and in such a dark place. At just the right moment to comfort and guide him, a spider dropped down and dangled beside him. The world up above is shattered and gray, but it's where you belong, so you must find a way to let that storm out and move through your sorrow. You'll find many helpers on your road to tomorrow. Oh, but that hole was dreadfully deep, and the walls all around him were slippery steep. Rhino tried to climb out, but was losing all hope, when Kangaroo heard him and threw down a rope. Though Rhino was heavy from the weight of the storm, they towed him right up, got him safe, dry, and warm. We're strong and steady, and always ready. When danger strikes, we hop to it. Fire or flood, snow or mud, when help is needed, we'll pull you through it. Watching those heroes do what they did best gave Rhino the strength to set off on his quest. That storm he was clutching made him buzzy and blurry. It kept his brain foggy and filled him with worry. Where do I go? What do I do? How will I ever make it through? After every dark night there comes a new day. Be kind, do your best, and you'll find your way. Up comes the sun, there are steps to complete. There isn't a map, just follow your feet. Those are the bumblebees. Rhino followed his feet to a wallowing spot where he plopped on a rock and had a deep thought. I'm tired of caging the wind and the rain, exhausted from holding this anger and pain. We're all on this earth to learn and to grow, a wise old tortoise chimed in from below. Allowing yourself to start feeling your feelings is the very first step on the journey toward healing. It doesn't much matter if you're fast or you're slow. If you want to move forward, just trust and let go. Rhino shook and shimmied and stomped in the muck, and just as he hoped, that storm came unstuck. At First, one little raindrop leaked out of his eye. Then Rhino let go and had a good cry. His tears formed a river that flowed to the sea, where a pod of whales swam happy and free. I do feel better, Rhino thought as he drifted. Then up swam a whale, and Rhino was lifted. If you ever feel blue, the whale said with a spout, remember to breathe. Breathe in and breathe out. Sing your own song and take it deep, deep, deep. Then rise above with a joyful leap. As he floated home on a gentle wave, Rhino felt calm and strong and brave. His vision was clear like the sky above, as he looked at his world through eyes filled with love. He thanked the kind spider and the brave kangaroo and all of the others who had helped him through. He was glad to know that he ever lost hope. They'd lend him a hand or throw him a rope. He had journeyed his journey a very long way to find the light in a world turned gray. He'd swallowed a storm with no thought to the cost. He'd felt all alone. He'd been tumbled and tossed. Life would bring changes, beginnings and ends, but he had faith in himself and faith in his friends. As they curled up together, he felt loved and protected, and he dreamed of a world that was safe and connected. He understood now it was love that mattered. Love could never be lost. Love could never be shattered. I think right now we all need community. We need to remember who those people are that'll throw us a rope and remind us of our truth. I think we also need to be reminded that it's not our job to swallow the storm and to allow feelings to move through us so we don't hang on to it if we have. So I hope you can take some comfort and inspiration from The Rhino Who Swallowed a Storm by LeVar Burton and Susan Schaefer Bernardo, illustrated by Courtney Fletcher.